Okay, so how do you remember and stay on your purpose through moments of distraction, ruts, and weakness? There's two things I'll tell you. One is that I like to make it obvious. As you can see, like, you can't see the other ones, but all of these things here, they're all papers on the wall, and I've got more on the side here. I've literally got stuff written on my hand, bro. Like, this wasn't even for the video. It's just, I like to... Jeremy, put your head back, bro. All I see is his face. Mouth breathing, bro. I'll read it out to you, bro. It says stoic, Spartan, superior man. It's just kind of like identities that I wanna form inside of myself. I think that's a very powerful, constant reminder. So I really like what I call constant reminders. I've been very obsessive with this. I love like the habit tracker on the wall. I love the goals on the wall. I've got a piece of paper here saying conquest. I have a gift. I'm good at making money. Use my gift to free my people, free my entire family, free all those. Like, I like putting that stuff very obviously in my face. I think if I was slightly more arrogant, I would probably get tattoos saying this kind of stuff. The only reason I'm not doing that is just because I do think tattoos are just arrogant in a sense of like, yeah, like this is definitely what my future self will want. That's a side note anyway, but the idea is like, remind yourself constantly of the path that you're on. Some guys need that. Some guys, for example, they'll have an intention, like a goal, and it'll just stay in their mind. Not me. Like, I'll forget about the new sort of trajectory of my life a day later, because there's a lot more other things that you can be thinking about. There's other desires, other goals. So just make that super obvious to yourself. Spend some time today. Get a piece of paper, write your goal on it. Spend some time with a habit tracker, something you've got to do. I find that these are the most effective. I think I've got one here. Yeah, let me just show you. So this is just, I've rewrote this one, but this is just what one looks like. So it's just like, it's supposed to be like a monk mode habit tracker. And I check it off every single day when I've done a certain task, which is like quite important. This means you're held to this accountability. It's in your mind every single day, multiple times a day. You've got to come over to this and think, okay, did I wake up at 5 a.m? Okay, I take that off. Did I do this habit? I take that off. That's a huge level of accountability, because especially, like, you can't see it, but this one I've got here, there was a few days where I missed a lot of them. Now, usually, sometimes you might want to cope and lie and maybe tick them off anyway. You might want to, like, kind of forget it and tell, oh yeah, I don't care about this one anymore. But when you leave it on, it's weird. Like, I don't think I'll be able to show you. I don't want to rip off the wall, but essentially, like, just imagine, if you visualize a habit tracker, imagine pretty much every habit is checked off for like literally over a week. And then out of nowhere, there's a few days where like most of them are not checked off. When I'm looking at that, I'm embarrassed, because this is also where I'm beginning to record videos on purpose, because like hundreds of thousands of people are going to see my habit tracker now. But I'm looking at it embarrassed. But I also know it's going to look kind of good for myself and for the camera if, for example, that little block of inconsistency stays as a little block, and then it's consistent again, tick and tick and tick and tick, like that. By staying accountable, it shows you, like, by constantly updating this, it forces you to be accountable and honest with your actions. And you, by feeling like, honestly, a little bit of pain and shame by missing those days, you're more likely to feel them. Which is honestly, like, I don't think that's a bad thing, to feel like a bit of like a waste man when you've missed some of the habits. When you miss them, and at least for me, they're not tracked or like visual, they dissolve in the previous days. You get what I mean? Like, it feels horrible to cheat on your diet, right? But like 4 days later, it's almost like you still feel horrible, but it's not really in your face anymore. So you've just got this weird, like, shameful feeling of like, I'm not really living to my potential. 2 days ago, I really ate junk food and everything. When you use habit trackers, it's super, super clear, because you can see, for like 4 days, I cheated on my diet. I woke up late and everything. But then straight after that, I started taking them all off again. So it gives you like a little bit of hope, but a right amount of pain. System for Kindle.
Do you want to reach 10K per month in just 1 year? Well, join the Adonis School. Here we teach young men not only money advice, but also mental, physical, and spiritual health. If you're interested to better your skill level, go to the description and join now to better your life.